The 5 colors blind the eye. What to do about it? Let's find out in Tao Te Ching, chapter 12. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the ear. The 5 flavors dull the mouth. Racing through the fields hunting makes the mind go crazy. Longing for treasures beckons misery. Therefore, the sage attends to the belly and not to what he sees. He rejects the latter and chooses the former. So, Tao Te Ching, chapter 12. Let's see. The 5 colors blind the eye, the 5 tones deafen the ear, the 5 flavors dull the mouth. Okay, so what does this tell us? Well, obviously, what is meant is that everything which you take in too much, and to understand this, you have to know that in Chinese thinking, in classical Chinese thinking, it's always thought in a system of 5 different phases. So in Chinese medicine, and in Taoist thinking as a whole, you think of the phases: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And according to that, there are 5 different colors which are matched to the 5 phases. There are 5 different tones and 5 different flavors. So what is meant with 5 colors, 5 tones, 5 flavors is everything. Okay, so to me it seems like that what these first 3 lines are talking about is that if you take in too much, if you take in everything, it blinds the eyes, deafens the ears, and dulls the mouth, because it's too much of that on our sensible organs. Okay, so this is again pointing to the fact that everything is yin-yang, and yin-yang means balance. It means that you cannot take too much of one thing. You cannot go too far in one direction. If you do that, you will fail, and that beckons misery in the end, of course. So this is about, no matter of what we're talking about, don't take in too much. Okay, those are the first 3 lines. Now, racing through the field hunting makes the mind go crazy. Okay, so this is another example of doing too much. If someone is racing through the field, that means being tense, being in a state of anxiety, hunting. Okay, so chasing after an animal, wanting to kill that animal. And if you do that too much, and you can also think of this as an example for being stressed in any way. So if people are constantly stressed at their jobs and constantly stressed in their relationship, whatever, what happens? The mind goes crazy. Okay, it's too much. It's too much stress, too much pressure that the mind cannot hold it forever. So that is another example, so that you have to keep balance. Okay, you have to keep calm and balance that racing through the fields out, so that it won't hurt you. Okay, next line. Longing for treasures beckons misery. So, and this one, I think it's chapter 2 where this problem is addressed as well. So, if you look for treasures, if you link your heart to wealth, well, what has to follow is that you will become tense. You will become you will have to do with anxiety because you fear of losing the wealth. Okay, so or was it, I think it was chapter 8 or chapter 7, where it is said, a palace of gold and jade is hard to keep, or hard to keep safe, or hard to safeguard. That's the same problem, right? If you gather too much, it's very hard to keep calm and keep your cool, because you're always fearing of losing that. Okay, so that's another problem. That's also a case in which you have to find the balance between owning stuff, but also spending, to keep a balance between yin and yang, to keep it moving, to keep your own psychological health. Okay. So next line, and we come to the conclusion of this chapter. Therefore, the sage attends to the belly and not to what he sees. He rejects the latter and chooses the former. Okay, so again we have this picture in which in the first part the chapter explains how reality is, and then there is this conclusion what the sage is doing with that knowledge. Okay, and this is, therefore the sage attends to the belly and not to what he sees. Okay, what does that mean? The belly is, if you will, the place where satisfaction is located in the human body. That's why the Buddha, the Chinese version of Buddha, has this big round belly, because he is so content. He is so satisfied with his life, and he has no grudges. He has no he's not blaming anyone, so he's just himself and he feels good about it and everything is fine. Okay, and so the sage attends to the belly because the belly only wants to be fed. So you could say that the belly only cares about the basic needs in life. Okay, so having enough to eat, having enough to drink, sleep enough, having your family and nice people gathered around you. That is what the belly wants. So the belly is very basic. And if you follow the belly, you won't go wrong. Okay, because the belly doesn't want too much. The ego, the mind wants too much. The mind is thinking stuff like, you need more to be satisfied. You need more to be good. You need a higher status to feel good. And here Lao Tzu is saying that no. The sage does not attend to the mind. The sage attends to the belly. The sage attends to basic needs, okay? And not to what he sees, because the eyes are linked to the mind. That's why they are located in the same area as the brain. And the eyes have the tendency to be jealous, to want what you see, okay? To lose yourself in what you see. So there's a seduction element which is connected to the eyes, okay? And that's what the sage is careful about and skeptical about. So the sage follows the belly, okay? Because that's safe. That's the safe road to go down. The belly leads to paradise, okay? So this is what is stated here. And then the last line, of course, he rejects the latter and chooses the former, which puts emphasis on the statement. So that's it for Tao Te Ching chapter 12. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe and like if you want to see more of this content. I love to do this and I hope you like it too. Here are more videos to look. I have a whole series about the Tao Te Ching chapters where I explain everything. So feel free to watch more and see you soon. Bye bye.